What's happening, everybody? Who's out there? Who's out there? Let's start chiming in on the social medias. Let's try that. That's a better mic right there. Good morning, everybody. If you're not watching this live, then I apologize for just me standing here like an idiot going like, I thought this was a yoga class. Yeah, kind of. It is, and we're going to begin really soon. But a couple of things before we get started. If you have watched one of these videos, if you're about to watch this one, and you like the flow, good morning, Amy Z. She says, candle lit and ready for this. That's amazing. Not only that, it sort of rhymes. Glad you're here, Amy. What was I talking about? So I have a lot of social anxiety in general, and it's weirder. It's actually weirder now because even though I'm sort of in my house, me and my daughter, we're just sort of by ourselves. Like I have more social anxiety about being online and making a mistake in which since I've started teaching live, I've made like 1,000 mistakes, and I'm trying to embrace the sort of the tattoo way of thinking about this, which is like, well, that's what I got. I guess I got to live with it. So, there was something important I wanted to tell you before we get started. Oh, yesterday. If you saw yesterday, oh my God, what a clusterfuck that was. So I use my phone taped to my arm like this to control the different cameras in the room. And there's even a way for me to control lights and microphones and stuff. I just haven't figured everything out yet. But anyway, so it's duct taped to my arm because I've been too lazy or stupid to order a sleeve, like when joggers have their phone on their arm. So I finally ordered one of those. That's the good news. You all need to know that. Hi, Becky. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I got one of those, but until then, I've been duct taping my phone to my arm. Well, unbeknownst to me, I had taped one of the side buttons down, and Siri just kept interrupting while I was trying to teach class. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. So that was happening. That was super exciting. Hi, Kelly. Happy Sunday, dear. Yesterday was awesome. Well, thanks, Kelly. That was awesome. It was a fun class, and it was a difficult class. If you took that one, my nipples are still tired. Holy cow. I mean, we went to some weird places there yesterday, didn't we? So we got that going on. I'm glad you guys are here to practice with me today. Honestly, 5 minutes before we go live, I get out on my mat. I'm just doing a couple of stretches. I was in the shower thinking, we're going to bust this pose today. And then I get on my mat and I'm like, I don't know if we're going to do that. So I could just do a 180. You won't even know that it happened. I'll just do a 180 and it'll be a restorative class. But that's kind of the fun of being live, is like it all just sort of happens spontaneously. I sort of have an idea where we're going to go, but then sometimes I don't go there. And sometimes I veer off into the weeds, and it's just a fucking mess. It's just a mess. So we're going to get started with some yoga, but I promised you yesterday that I was going to show you a video that is funny. It is funny. Hi, Monica. Good to see you, love. I was going to show you guys a video. So I got to show you this. You tell me what you think of this. All right? How do I play that? Do I hit that? I hit that.
Oh, mensen.
Look at this. Hi, Dad!
Doe maar veel wc-papier kopen, mensen. Dan maak ik lekker wat overuren terwijl jullie allemaal thuis bent.
He's mocking us right now. That's our
Hey,
problem.
collega's. Denken jullie dat wc-papier opgaat?
Out of toilet paper? We're evil. We have all the toilet paper.
We hebben genoeg.
That's so. Yeah, there's all that toilet paper, and if the crazy people just didn't go out and buy like 3 of the mega packs. Did you ever try to just make sense of toilet paper? Like a big roll equals 4 gigantic rolls, and 2 gigantic rolls equals a mega roll. Like, come on, man. God, I want to wipe my ass, not do math. So, yeah, okay, let's get started. I'm sorry. We're observing social distancing in real life to control the coronavirus, but I'd like you all, as far as this video goes, is to take it like super viral. Think of this video as like a runny nose, and I want you to just like, and then just sort of rub it on the banister at the grocery store. Like, basically share this everywhere, and let's do something good that's viral. That would be cool. And instead of social distancing, we need to call the people that we love. I did get to call my dad yesterday, which was super awesome, and talk to him. But observe social snuggling like virtually. Like FaceTime people, give your friends a call. What else are you going to do? You can call them right now and go, hey, fucking get on, do this weird yoga class with this dude. It's a weird dude. All right, I'm ready. I've had my coffee. I hope you have your coffee. Have you rolled out your mat? The whole reason why I do this shit, it's been like 7 minutes now. Have you even noticed that? It's been 7 minutes now. No one is going to watch this video later. There was supposed to be a yoga class in here. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, let's get this started, shall we? All right, step onto your mat. Let me put my coffee down. No, seriously, there's some girl who's going to like click on this on YouTube at like 11 p.m. on a Thursday night 2 months from now, and she's going to go, what the fuck was this? Slide your left foot back, flip your toes over, press down into the top of your foot, draw your groin back and lift your heart up. From the side, look at this. This looks pretty sassy. Okay, that's basically your posture. Lifted heart, booty back. Now take your left leg up into the air. Pull your groin back. I'm not sure if today's a day or if tomorrow morning I'm going to really throw you guys a curveball if you practice Prism a lot. Draw your heel back to your butt. Reach around with your right hand. Grab your foot. Pull your heel to your tailbone and slowly hinge forward and place left palm to right knee, and then bend your right knee. Push it into your palm and lift your left knee up. And don't forget, we're doing this to wake up our balance. So if you're off balance and you're falling into walls or furniture, falling onto your mate, that's kind of the point. Grab your shin, left shin, lift it away from the floor, stick out your butt again, lift your heart. Find that sassy posture. Put your sass in your ass. Step your left foot back. Turn your palms forward and bow. Bend your right knee. Push back. Reach forward. Connect the tips of your thumbs. Push forward. Reach back. Float your arms above your peripheral vision. So if you look out of the corner of your eyes, push back. You shouldn't see your arms. Reach back and push forward. And then one more time. Push back. Hold it here. So you can take a moment to lift that left heel higher. You're trying to lift that left thigh towards your left nipple and get your knee next to your knee. Stick out your butt. Open your hands. And rise up. Step to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right again. Pressure in the palms as you lean. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Hold it here and breathe. Pressure in your palms. See, there's a comfort in things being the same, right? And that's why we're so anxious right now. Lift your right heel or your right leg entirely. Our schedules have disrupted, our lives have disrupted, our patterns in life have disrupted. Plant your foot and lower your arms. Let's do the other side. Slide the right foot back, flip your toes over. Hopefully Siri isn't talking in your guys' ear like it was yesterday. Press down into the ball of your foot. Stick out your butt, lift your heart. Oh, crap. It's Tiny Diamond, everybody. She just shows up sometimes. Hi, Tiny Diamond. Okay, go. Thanks for being here. Lift your right leg into the air. Pull your groin back. That's my girl. Remember, you can always at home, you can practice lifting the heel you're standing on. See if you can hold it lifted. And don't do that if you're not in the mood today. Draw your heel to your butt, reach back with your left hand, and grab your foot. So as I mentioned yesterday, the whole purpose of the first phase of this class is to get your body accustomed to the idea of balancing on one leg. And we tilt the head, we move, we lean forward and back and side to side so that we're challenging and tuning in the aspects of our balance, vestibular, ocular, proprioceptive. Lift your shin away from the floor. Press your chest to your shirt. Pull your groin away from your right heel, which you're pulling towards your groin. In other words, your groin plays hard to get. And step back. Plant the heel if you need to. Keep it lifted if you can. Turn your palms forward and bow, bending the left knee. Push back, left leg straightens, right knee bends. Reach forward, connect your thumbs. And then push back, or push forward as you reach back. And then push back. Right knee bends and lifts the heel high. One more time. And I just noticed on that one, I could see my arms moving, so I'm going to lift them higher. Hold it here, guys. Hold your mat down with your right foot. Try to slide it forward with your left foot. Lift your palms. Straighten your back leg. Rise, step forward. Connect your palms. Take a deep breath. Exhale to your left. Inhale up to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale up to center. Exhale to your left. Pressure in your palms. Lean to your right foot. Lift your left heel. Or take the foot off the floor entirely. And release. Lower your arms. Now it's time to squat. Step your feet nice and wide. Reach forward as you sit down. Try to get your thighs parallel to the floor or as parallel as you can get them today. Rise back up and squat down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, squat down. Lift the heels. Flip the palms. Reach for the ceiling, thumbs over your shoulders. Press into your big toes. Slowly rise up high off the heels. Keep your heels lifted, bend your knees, we're going back down. Why? Because it would suck if we did that. And if we do things that suck, we have discipline. We have persistence. Lift your heels and lower your heels. Lower your hands to the outside of your knees. Squat down, stick out your butt. Look at that from the side cam. That's my booty back. I don't want to be back round. I'm the turtle, not the turtle shell. This is a turtle shell. And that's the turtle. So poke out that tail. And try to squeeze your knees together with your palms. And the knees push against the palms. Now elbows inside the knees. Remember, not on the knees, resting
inside to try to wedge the knees apart, and the knees try to squeeze the elbows together. And release. Squat all the way down, and then shift the weight from one foot to the other. It would feel a little bit like you were mashing a cigarette out with the ball of your foot. Plant your hands, step back into plank, and touch your chest to the floor, and push back up, press back, bend the knees. Here's where you can take a moment to move around and push a heel into the floor. You literally can't do this wrong, guys. And if you're practicing at home, look at this. Look at this, you guys. Just stop, come down to your knees. My phone is trying to get me to turn Siri back on. These freaking things are weird and evil sometimes. I'm gonna hit not now. It's like, turn Siri on. Don't you wanna turn me on? Hey, you guys, it's Siri. Don't you wanna turn me on? Plant your hands, step back, chest to the floor. Did we already do that? Press back, bend your knees. All right. Not now, Siri. Lift your heels, press them down. Lower your knees, pull your hips back, push down into the palms. Spring to a plank, chest to the floor. You can do more than one if you like. And you have plenty of opportunities to do push-ups in these movement patterns. Press back into crouching cat. Lift your heels, breathe in. Press them down, breathe out. Knees to the floor, heart forward. Hips back, heart down. Push into the hands. Spring into the plank, chest to the floor. As many times as you like in a few breaths. Press back into crouching cat when you're done. And hold her there. So I'm on top camera, good. So we're gonna go through the Volution salutation, and this is all about twisting the shoulders from the hips, you guys, and creating robust ability to move freely through the trunk, the side bodies, and open up the hips. Because if we do get to our goal today, we're gonna try a wicked little twisty arm balance. All right, let's start. Press your heart back to your feet. Crouching cat, take that right leg up into the air and step between your thumbs. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, push your butt back. You can take left hand to knee if you want. You can take right hand back with the bowling ball if you're about to roll it. And then come forward, roll the bowling ball, twist to your right, and turn to your left. Left hand to the side of the head. Pull your chest forward and twist. Reach down and turn back to the front. Reach both hands up. Anjaneyasana. Pull the elbows down into a cactus. Lift the back heel, tighten the belly, and turn to the right. Now, if you're used to a more traditional vinyasa, if this feels like I'm speaking French to your yoga practice, reach up, face forward, reach down, step back. Understand, touch your chest to the floor as many times as you like. Press into crouching cat, which is down dog with your knees bent when you're done. Lift your left leg and step forward. Understand that these movement patterns are really therapeutic and healthy for your body. Push back, left leg is straight, right knee bends. You can lift the heel high, place the palm to the knee, reach back with the left hand like you got a bowling ball you're about to roll. And then lunge forward, roll the ball, twist to your left, and reach down, turn right. Right hand to the side of your head, twist to the right. Turn back to the top of your mat, reach both hands up. Pull the elbows down, press the forearms back, tighten the belly. Turn to the left. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands, step back. Touch your chest to the floor a few times. Crouching cat when you're done. Catch your breath here. Remember, you're trying to tear your mat in half, which means you're trying to slide your mat forward with your hands. You're trying to slide your mat backwards with your feet. So if this type of a movement pattern, if this salutation feels very alien to you, very odd, I want you to give it a chance. Try something new, because now is the time where we all have to embrace a lot of new things. Let's do it, guys. Lift your right leg up. Step forward. Inhale, chest to your shirt. Exhale, push back. You don't have to go any further than this. You can keep your hands on the floor, or you can go into the bowling position and then roll the ball, twist to the right, and then exhale, turn your feet to the left. Left hand to the side of the head, pull your chest forward, then twist it to the left. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat. Reach both hands up. As your hands go up, so does your back heel. Pull the elbows down, turn to your right. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands. Step back. Get in an extra push-up if you can. Remember, you can lower your knees and use your knees as leverage to reduce weight. Press back when you're done. Lift your left leg up. Step forward. Heart forward. Push back. Right palm to the knee, and then the right heel lifts high. It's like you're pushing your hand forward with your knee. Left hand reaches back with the bowling ball. And come forward. Roll the ball. Twist to the left. Exhale. Turn to the right. Right hand to the side of the head. Twist to the right. Exhale. Turn back to the top. Reach both hands high. Pull that right heel off the floor. Elbows down. Belly tight. Turn left. Reach up. Face forward. Plant your hands. Step back. So it's a vigorous movement pattern. Crouching cat or down dog when you're done. Lots of push-ups. Lift your right leg. Step forward. We got to get that blood moving. Breathe in, push forward. Push back, breathe out. Come forward, twist to the right. Turn to your left. Left hand to the side of the head, twist to the left. Exhale, turn back to the right. Reach both hands up. Elbows down, tighten the belly, turn right. Reach up, face forward, plant the hands. Step back, chest to the floor. We're almost done. Left leg lifts. Step forward. Heart forward, breathe in. Push back, breathe out. Inhale, roll the ball, twist left. Exhale, turn right. Right hand side of the head, twist to the right. Turn back to the top. Reach both hands up, breathe in. Cactus twist left. Reach up, breathe in. Plant your hands. Last call for push-ups. Last call for push-ups. 10 ought to do it. Press back, lower the knees, sit to your heels, hands on your thighs. I've got all these big windows out on Broadway, and there's always people walking by, running by, walking their dogs. And the beauty is, I get to shame them just by looking at them like, yeah, what are you doing? Put that Slurpee down. So once we've finished our salutation patterns, we want to just pause. Slow the heart rate down. Our deep breath, which is combined to a movement, helps oxygenate the blood. And then the blood is moved because the heart rate picks up. And then all this oxygen is being pushed to all these little corners of every cell, of every muscle fiber in your body. Man, it feels good. And if you did nothing else, if you're watching this video and you're like, yeah, I think I'd like to check out and go watch Netflix, you've done yourself an amazing bit of good today. But if you want to go further, step your right foot into the Knight's position. And let's turn to the side camera. Now, we're really going to focus on upper body strength and rotation today, and then combine those at the end. So lift the left knee off the floor and reach both hands up into the air and come into a crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, reaching for angels. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is, does it feel like your right foot would slide forward if you were standing on ice? So push down instead of relying on the fact that your foot isn't sliding forward. And another way to think about this is you're trying to hold your mat down with your foot. It's a more deliberate way of standing. and it's going to activate and tone more muscles that give you balance. Bring your hands to your heart. Lean forward. Twist to the right. Keep the elbow off the knee. So the first thing that we want to do is train the trunk muscles to give us rotation instead of always relying on leverage, which would be elbow to knee. Bend your left knee and really dig down into the ball of your left foot. That's going to keep your left hip elevated so that as you turn to the right, you're actually creating more rotation by preventing the rotation of your hips. And then untwist. Slowly hinge forward and place your hands on the floor. Straighten your right leg. So this pattern, very similar to most of the patterns in the Prism Vinyasa method. So we're always giving the body a lot of things that it really needs, and then we can branch off into 1,000 different other possibilities. It's like a physical choose your own adventure. Stack your hands on your right shin if you don't have a block. If you do have a block, place it behind your right heel and hold it down. Your back leg can be straight or bent. Bending your back knee is going to force you to find better balance in your right foot because you're moving to the heel and off of the toes. It also changes the angle of your right hip. So you really have to watch for the heart continuing to press forward instead of rounding when you bend that back knee, but it's worth it. And then release. Plant the hands, step back, chest to the floor, slide the hands forward for cross core. Lift your chin so you can see your thumbs on the ground. And slowly lift your left hand, push into your left knee, and lift your right leg up. And try to press your pelvis off of the floor with your right hand and left knee. Release. We don't have to do that long. That's a valuable lesson to the back. Slide your hands underneath you, pull your groin off the floor, push, and press back. Deep breaths through the nose. Lift your left leg up. In fact, sorry guys, lower your foot, lower your knees, and step your left foot forward into knight's position. This is a nice way to get started. I've been doing this a lot lately. Whenever we're holding a pose, remember it's always named after something in nature, something that humans should admire or aspire to. None even so much as this, knight's position. Trying to embody something virtuous. Lean forward. Lift the back knee. Reach your hands up into Anjaneyasana. Square the hips off by turning the right inner thigh. That's your thigh bone. In this case, it's turning counterclockwise. Hands are open. Breath is steady. And then remember, what's key to this practice is proprioception, your awareness of your body. So typically we're thinking about the things that we really have to do, right? I got to reach up. I want it to look like this, or I want it to feel like this here. I'm trying to square off the hips. But everything's built from the ground up. That's how a building is created. And that's what we are right now. We're a structure. So push into the bottom of your left foot and lift the heel on your right foot, your back foot. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. What did I tell you? Every day around this time, the maintenance guy shows up. And he starts taking out the trash and walks right by my window and looks in here. Twist to your left, everybody. Really nice guy. But as people walk by, you can bend your back knee if you want to. As people walk by and look in, starting to feel like John Travolta in that Boy in the Plastic Bubble movie. Untwist. Straighten your left leg. Grab your block if you have it near your mat. Stack your hands on your shin if you don't. And I typically practice without a block on these videos because I suspect most people don't have a yoga block at home, and I could be wrong about that. But if you have it, hold it down. If not, this is your solution, hands to shin. If bringing your fingertips to the floor is going to cause your back to round into that turtle shell shape. So I'm going to switch cameras so you can see that in the tension that's created on my left side when I fold forward over my left leg, either my left knee wants to bend or my back wants to round to alleviate that tension. And my task is to try to move into the tension, and your task is no different. So pull your left hip away from your armpit, try to press your chest forward, and again, you can bend the back knee to change the angle in your left hip and to help you get more range of motion in your back foot. And then release. Plant the hands, step back, and chest to the floor gently. Slide your hands forward. We're going to do cross core on the other side. Anybody that watched yesterday, I hope you can appreciate the fact that my phone keeps lighting up saying, turn on Siri? Turn on Siri? Don't you want to turn me on? Okay, we got to lift the left leg. So we're going to lift the right hand, and that's going to put more pressure on your right knee. Lift your left leg, point your big toe. And really the trick here is not how high you lift, how long you hold it. It's how well you breathe, because your body is sort of preoccupied using your breathing muscles to create this core movement. Release. Slide your hands underneath you. And if you need to, leave your knees on the floor, because what we don't want to do, if you guys can see me, is peel the chest off the floor. So the groin needs to come off the floor first, and then we push the chest off the floor, press back. Catch your breath here. Spread your fingers wide. Remember, in crouching cat, we have one task. It's not to rest. It's to try to tear your mat in half. Right leg lifts. Step forward. Turn to your left. And slide your butt side to side. All right. Walk your hands forward. You're trying to flatten your back and square your spine parallel to the floor and the ceiling. Place your left fingertips on the floor under your heart. Place your right hand on the side of the head, sliding thumb over the ear for the half skull position. Slowly turn to your right. Keep your elbow from lifting away from your face. Don't try to look through your armhole to the ceiling. You're trying to turn your chest to the wall to your right, point your elbow at the wall to your right, and pull your right armpit away from the wall to your right while you push harder into your right foot without bending your left knee. That's a lot to unpack. Reach down. But what we're trying to do is use a little leverage, in fact, probably more than I want to admit, because both feet are on the floor, they're really stable. Right spider, that's your fingertips, are on the floor under your heart. Left hand to half skull. So just think about it, guys. It's not necessarily what it looks like, it's what it feels like. It's how much rotation can we achieve? What is the capacity of our connective tissue to twist from the hips to the shoulders to the left? So slowly turn. So you're trying to push the floor down with your right fingertips. Look at the wall to your left. Point your left elbow at the wall to your left. Pull your left armpit away from the wall. And push your left foot firmly into your mat without bending your right knee. Release. And then go ahead and turn your feet to the left and lower the right knee down so we're in a knight's pose facing the back edge of the mat. Oh my God. I'm sweating. I'm touching my face again. Don't touch your face. Now, you guys just do whatever, because I need to go to the bathroom and wash my hands for, like, what is it? How long do you have to wash your hands now? It's like Stairway to Heaven, right? The time it takes you to play Stairway to Heaven. That's how long we have to wash our hands right now. So everybody, plant your hands, step back into crouching cat, and step your right foot forward. What I'm trying to do, turn to your left and come up, is get you all facing the same direction. I don't know if you're watching this on your TV or computer or your favorite mobile device, but I just know this is the camera that shows you the long edge of my mat. So we're going to work a little bit into the hips, then go a lot deeper into rotation today. This is really good if you, let's see, last night was Saturday night, if you drank a lot. And you shouldn't, by the way. This is not the time to reduce your immune system. Come into triangle. This is not the freaking time, you guys. It's not the time to take the party bus to Fun Town. It's time to find some yoga fun with your buddy. Beautiful. Just breathe. Now pull that left hip towards your left underarm. I'm not trying to pull my left underarm down. I'm trying to pull my hip up. I'm trying to create more tension on this hip line, this outer hip line in the bottom of my oblique right here. I'm trying to pull that left hip bone up towards my underarm. And we hold this pose way too long. But we're about to move. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Lower your left hand. Open your left hand like you're dropping something, and connect your palm to your right hand, which also is palm open. Slowly lift your hand as you breathe in. Why does it have to be perfect? Just so that we're aware of it. Slowly lower down, so that I'm not going through the motions literally while I'm moving. And slowly lift that hand, breathe in. That's what proprioception is, your awareness of your body. Turn your left palm to the top of the back of the mat, and then reach over your head. And then try to pull the left hand. The left hand towards the hip and the left hip towards the left hand. You're trying to shorten everything on your left side without bending your elbow. Reach your right hand forward, palm up. Press the palms together. Unlock the right knee, push into the heel, and rise. And lower the arms. Switch your feet. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left foot out. Good morning, Mom. If nothing else, I can count on my parents to watch me do yoga. Come into triangle. It's for all of these years, 16, 17 years now, my parents have never seen what I do. Reach your right hand up. Turn your left palm forward. And if they're watching this video, they're like, oh, that explains a lot. I love you guys. Now pull your right hip towards your right underarm. Here's another way to think about this. If you're reaching up and down, leaning over your left foot, the side of your shirt, the right side of your shirt is draped and smooth on the right side. So if you tighten the side body, it feels like you're bringing wrinkles into the right side of your shirt. That's another way to think about it. Now we got to get ready to do the hard stuff. Turn your right palm, reach over your head. And remember, try to create some wrinkles in the right side of your shirt. Reach up with your left hand and press your palms together. Unlock your left knee. Make sure you're still breathing here, guys. And rise up. And slowly turn the left foot in. Bring your arms down. So now what we've done is we've created all this strength, this robustness, this preparation for the side bodies. And now we want to translate that into rotation. So what I want everybody to do is step to the top of your mat, and we'll go to the other cam. Now, we're going to start to use a little bit of leverage, but the idea is to always bring motor control into a movement equation first. That means try to use the muscles that are designed to carry out that function. So with your heels hip width apart, squat down, hands on your knees, like you're about to shit behind a tree, right? Press your chest forward. Now I'm going to bring my hands to my heart, and I'm going to twist to the right without immediately connecting the elbow to the knee. I'm going to twist first, and I'm going to try to hold my hips in place. Now elbow comes to the knee. And I'm going to turn. Now if you're thinking to yourself, why did I do my feet apart? I could squat down, I could twist more if my feet were together. Well, because your left foot's not going to be there anymore. I want you to bring your weight to your right foot and slowly slide left foot back. Lift the left heel, splay those left toes, pull the belly tight. Take a deep breath and untwist. Plant the hands, left knee down, right foot right. And then slowly pull the chest forward. You're pushing your left hip forward, pushing your right knee forward over the top right corner of your mat. And then we're going to break this back down to where we were. Step the right foot in, lift the left knee up. But we're going to lift the left foot too. Right hand to the side of the head. This is going to get way worse. I'm telling you right now, because I'm feeling it. Right hand to the side of the head, twist to the right. Lift the left hip, straighten the left leg, point the left big toe. Turn to the right, release, and plant the left foot next to the right. Hands on the knees, come back up, and we're back where we started. Take a second to catch your breath. Movement is medicine, right? And any kid will tell you if you aren't one anymore or you can't act like one, sometimes medicine doesn't taste good, but it makes us feel better. Movement's medicine, guys. Look down at your feet, point those toes straight forward. Let's bring that heart rate down. Just another 2 beats per minute. We're not in any hurry. It's Sunday. But even if it was a Wednesday, it might as well fucking be Sunday, right? Let's do this. Connect your palms and squat down. Pull your groin away from your thumbs, which are glued to your sternum. And slowly rotate your trunk to your left. Remember, don't try to immediately apply that elbow to that knee. Try to rotate without using the leverage. And then look down where that left knee is. Place your right elbow on it, and then turn the chest. It's not going to turn as much as it will once we slide right foot back, right? So bring your weight to your left foot, lift the right heel, and slowly slide right foot back. That places a high demand on your left hamstring, right? Feel that? And then once your right foot is back, lift the heel, Pull the collarbones away from the left hip. Tighten the belly off the thigh. Turn to your left. And then untwist. Hands to the floor. Right knee down. Left foot left. Toes spill off the mat. And pull the chest forward. We're thrusting our groin forward, which I always try to teach my students to avoid, which is a key reason why we don't do up dog typically. But this is, as you press forward and try to push your left knee over your toes, this is your up dog. It's just on one side. Slowly release. We're going to bring left foot back in, not to center, but just back on the mat. And then right knee lifts. Right foot lifts. So I've got right hand, left foot on the floor. And then left hand goes to half skull. That's thumb slid over the ear. Fingertips wrap around your head. Hold that precious left side of your brain, guys. And now lengthen your left side. Pull your left thigh away from the top of your left ribs. Lift your right hip as you turn left. Again, I know that's so much to unpack, but we are trying to achieve a great deal of good medicine for the body in 1 hour. Release. Step forward. Hands to knees, stick out your butt, pull your heart away from the floor. You straighten your spine first, then straighten your legs. So 20 minutes of yoga, again, I went on and on about this the other day. It's not a bad thing, but why did it become so normal to just continue to slice away at the time we use to take care of ourselves and piss it away on gazing at a glowing screen? All right, this next one, if that part sucked, this is gonna blow chunks, okay? But let's do it. Right ankle to left thigh. Another key component about this prism practice is the constant use of moving, balancing positions. It helps strengthen the entire kinetic chain from the foot up. Connect your palms. Point your right big toe, and then slowly twist to your right. This is why we're trying to emphasize the fact that the elbow doesn't need to come to the knee. But if you can get it there, maybe the elbow goes first, and then you lift the heart and turn it up to the thumbs. It doesn't matter if you get there, because like I said, we're trying to focus on motor control anyway, which is how much can I turn without using leverage? Release. Let's try the other side. And then we slowly take everything down to the floor where we have more leverage, and then we can use more rotation. But first, we just want every single fiber of muscle in the body to participate in what we're creating today. We're creating a healthier self for our body tomorrow. Stick out your butt, connect your palms. And as I twist to my left, I'm actively pressing left ankle to right thigh, and that means that my knee is trying to get closer to my elbow, not just elbow to knee. And I can place it there if I take my thumbs off my sternum, but it's not necessary. Untwist and plant your foot. Step your feet nice and wide and booty back and slowly squat down. I was listening to some awesome old school hip hop. Biggie. And I was thinking to myself, I was listening to like the old thing back. I want my old thing back. It's been a week, right? Give or take. 10 days maybe, where life has just gotten really weird. Let's go right knee down. Step your left foot off your mat. I'm going to plant the left spider, and I'm going to grab my left ankle with my right hand, and I'm going to fire right elbow, and I'm going to lower my heart, my right shoulder, and I'm going to pull against my left ankle with my foot firmly planted on the floor and look underneath my left thigh. Release. And now we're going to do the other side. Step your left foot back onto your mat. Shift the weight to the left foot. Lift the right knee up. Lower the left knee down. Step the right foot out. Still with me? And then right hand on the floor. Then I'm going to thread left hand through and grab right ankle. And then I'm just going to pull my shoulder down like I want the crown of my head on the floor almost. But then I'm going to try to pull my heart through my right leg. And release. Now let's go into a couple of traditional positions you know that we've been deliberately working towards. Go ahead and lift that left knee up. Come into Bakasana. Plant your hands. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And we want to pull the elbows towards the ankles and then press the chest against the shirt so we take some of the roundness out of the back. The knees clamp onto the shoulders at the tricep. And then I'm simply going to lift the heels high and draw my heart straight forward over fingertips. Squeeze the knees into the shoulders, lift the feet. And release. Lower your feet, walk your hands backwards, place your butt on the floor, and then plant the hands, lift your butt off the floor, push your knees over your toes. Just keep going, knees forward. You don't have to lift your butt off your heels. Because what we want to also do, if I was on the side camera, you could see we're trying to work deeper into the wrists and stretch the forearm to the wrist. And now let's go ahead and pull back. Take a seat, cross the ankles, and screw it, we're already on our butt. So let's work a little bit of core real fast. Some of the core sort of gets boiled down in people's mind to the abdomen and the six-pack. Lift your feet, squeeze your knees together, reach forward. And this is not going to work a whole lot of your abs or your core with your knees bent. So it'd be better to have your fingers on the floor and your legs straight, fingers off the floor if you can get them. Lift your heart. Release, plant the hands, and push knees over your toes. Keep going. You're just trying to get your knees to the floor in front of your toes. Think of it that way. And then pull back. And then reach forward, flip the palms, knees together. Take your feet off the floor. Straighten the legs. Lift without your back rounding. So I'm not trying to get my heart to my feet. I'm trying to get it to the ceiling. And release, plant the feet, plant the hands, and knees push over the toes. That's a great complementary movement. Cross your ankles, come forward, and then lift the knees. So now we're back into a squat. And we're going to work into a side balance. It always takes me a second, it's ridiculous, when I look down on my mat and I see this really long hair and go, whose fucking hair is it? That's my daughter. She lives here. And she spends a lot of time playing in here when we're not doing yoga. Knees together, balancing on the balls of the feet. So let me see. We're on the side camera, right? No, this is a good camera. So what I want you to see before you practice this yourself at home is the difference between leverage and lift, okay? Hopefully the camera's going to be able to pick this up. So I'm going to walk my hands to the right. And instead of just immediately planting the left hand and hoping that my knee gets as high up on my shoulder as possible, I'm just going to walk hands to the right, plant the right hand, and then I'm going to try to slide the back of my left arm down the outside of my right leg. I'm trying to get my elbow to my ankle, in other words. Then I'm going to plant the hand. And when I come forward, leverage this fulcrum of my left elbow is going to force my feet off of the floor, and that looks like this. But notice my feet aren't touching the floor anymore, but they're still dangling. That's leverage. This is lift. Okay? So once you get that elbow to the knee, let's go ahead and try that together now. If you weren't already, is on the balls of the feet, knees together. Walk your hands to the right. Don't plant that left hand immediately. I want you to try to slide left elbow to right ankle. And once you're as close as you can get, plant left hand. Lean over your fingertips, lift the heels, and then lower the heart. This is my feet off the floor, and then this is me trying to show the bottom of my feet to the ceiling. And then bring it back down. Now go ahead and lower your knees for a second. Sit between your heels. We want to lengthen out these hip flexors for a moment. They've been working really hard to tuck knees towards the body. So you can lean back onto your hands, your elbows, or your shoulders. And pull your groin to the floor, because the compression in your ankles and in your knees, it might feel like your body wants to bow, especially if your quads or your flexors are tight. And that's why, if it feels like your knees can't come back towards each other, they don't have to touch, but towards each other, or if your knees are lifting off the floor, that's your back saying, that's too fucking much, dude. Relax. Frankie, say relax. All right. If you're all the way back, slide your hands under your lumbar, push your heart up to the ceiling, and let's return to where we were, back onto the balls of the feet, and then toe heel the feet in, knees together. We're going to do the other side. We're going to focus on first trying to make ourselves compact and use the motor control from the rotation, from waking up those trunk muscles, to try to get this elbow, right elbow, as close to left ankle as absolutely possible. And then, once we're compact, we decide how we push out. So it's like sucking up energy and then pushing it out. The way a flower draws water up out of the earth and then it blooms into those beautiful petals. So left hand left, and then right elbow to left knee. Slide it down. Pull that belly tight to your spine. And slide elbow towards ankle. When you can't get any closer, then you plant that right hand and slowly lean heart over fingers and then lower the heart by bending the elbows. The leverage should lift your feet off the floor. That's leverage, and that's lift. Okay, so if you were watching that one, we're going to do it one more time. Maybe you did it the first time and you're still doing it right now. You freaking badass. You go, girl, because no guy's probably still doing that. Let's face it. You go, girl, with your fucking badass pose. Slide your left hand left. And here we go again. My knees are together. Elbow to knee. Slide it down. Maybe you can get a centimeter closer. Maybe you're a centimeter further. But you did the best you could. Okay? Plant the right hand. Lean. Lift. Up. Release. Lower the knees. Slide your hips between your heels. You only have to be here. You don't even have to be here. Who says have to? Who says should? We're not going to should all over ourselves. Slowly lower your hips towards your heels. And if your butt doesn't come to a floor, slide a block under it. Slide a pillow under it. If you can lie back, lie back. It doesn't have to be on your shoulders. It can be onto your elbows or just on your hands. But remember, This is really good for your knees and ankles, even though you're like, compression in the joints is important to help us exchange synovial fluid. Come back up. And let's go into a seated position facing the long side of your mats. No Siri. Left foot on your right inner thigh. We're going to get this side stretch. We're going to lie down for a little deeper twisty stretch. Grab your right foot with your right hand. This knee probably going to be bent. That's fine. It's not all about the hamstrings, guys. Let's always try to remember that. It's not about trying to touch your toes. It's about creating and maintaining for as long as possible a body that's capable of as many things as possible as long as possible. So grab your foot, no matter how much you have to bend your knee. And then lean forward towards your left knee and slowly push your left knee down with your left hand. Turn your chest to your left knee and then try to slide the right heel away from your hips. I don't have my right butt cheek on the floor, but I am going to try to lower my right ear to the floor. I'm going to relax the left side of my neck, but keep pulling your right shoulder as you pull it in onto your back. Pull it away from your ear so that your ear kind of has to chase it. And then twist again, push the left knee down again, drive through the right heel again, pull at the right shoulder again, relax again into the neck, breathe, and release. So that's what flexibility is, guys. It's not that our muscles actually magically get longer the way you would pull gum out of your mouth. That's not the behavior of that tissue. Plant your right foot, capture your knee with your hand or your inner elbow, reach back with your right hand, lift your heart up, pull your belly in, and turn. Flexibility really is tolerance to range of motion. Your hamstrings don't get longer. If they did, and you were constantly stretching them and they just got longer, then you would lose the ability to bend your knee. It's just not the behavior of it. Release. Slide your left foot out, bring your right foot in. You can pull your butt cheeks back. You can touch your butt, it's yours. Plant your right hand and grab your left foot. Lean to your right knee until your left glute is off the floor, and it doesn't have to come way up off the floor. Just a tiny bit so that there's no longer weight on it. Go ahead and do that now. If you're still out there watching, I want you to get that left glute on the floor and then keep your left butt cheek on the floor and turn to your right knee. You feel how your back rounds? What we're trying to do is create more space through the side and back body while maintaining extension, okay? So instead of me stooped forward, which is chest collapsed, I'm trying to press my chest against my shirt, lean to the right, lift that left glute, and then turn your chest to the right. Don't let your chin drive your rotation. So I just try to keep my sternum or my chin floating over my sternum. You're not trying to look at the ceiling. You're not trying to look behind you. You're just trying to look to the right. Drive into the left heel. Pull at the left shoulder. Relax the right side of your neck. And then remember, the left shoulder plays hard to get. It's trying to move away from your ear, which is trying to move towards it. So your ear swiped right and your shoulder swiped left for you millennials out there. Is that right? I don't even know. Left is bad, right? Release. Plant your left foot. Capture your left knee with your right elbow. And like I said, my parents who are watching this are like, what the fuck is he talking about? Swipe left, swipe right. Lift your heart up. Trust me, I barely know. Seated twist. Lift the heart. All right, guys. Let's take the head to the top of the mat. Feet to the back of your mat. Whatever that means to you. Lie down on your mat. Center your hips. Plant your feet so your knees are bent and pointing at the ceiling. Now lift your right foot off the floor and reach for your big toe with your right hand, and make sure that your right elbow's on the inside of your knee. And then lift your foot so you're showing the bottom of your foot to the ceiling so that God can see if you washed your feet recently. And then just draw your knee down. Pull your foot away from the ceiling, in other words. My left foot is still planted, by the way. And pulling my knee to the floor is peeling my right glute and hip off the floor. That's okay, guys. And now pull your right foot left. Give your right foot to your left hand and place right outer ankle on left hip. And as you slide left foot out and straighten left leg, hold your right foot and lower your right knee down. This is just a prone version of a pose we would typically do standing. And you're just trying to touch your right knee to the floor without rolling to the right. Release. Step your left foot back, plant your right foot, and let's do the other side. Grab your left big toe with your left piece fingers, elbows on the inside of your knee. It's not here on the outside. Elbow inside the knee. Now start to straighten your leg, but as soon as you're showing your left foot to the ceiling, stop there. And your right knee, it's going to want to just fall to the right, right? Just let it melt to the right. Pull your left knee towards the floor. And then bring your left foot to the right and give your foot to your right hand. Place your left outer ankle on your right hip and slide your right foot down, straighten the right leg, and then slowly lower the left knee. Keep a hold of your left foot with your right hand, and then just try to touch your knee to the floor. Lift the left knee, slide the right foot back, and then plant the left foot. Now pick both feet up off the floor and reach around the outside of your legs and grab the top of your shins and pull your knees towards your armpits. It's got to at least be a relief right now to not be in a yoga studio, because you either farted or you want to fart probably right now. Isn't it nice that you could just rip one? Because you know, if you were in a studio right now with 10 other people around you, you'd be shaking in your bowels, like trying to keep that sucker from erupting. You can just let it go. Social distancing has certain advantages. Hold your feet and try to bring your knees to the bottom edge of your mat. Release. One more thing, guys. Place your feet along the long edges of your mat. Your heels are close enough to your butt that you could tickle your ankles with your fingers. And then I just want you to lift your butt an inch off the floor, bring your knees together, and now try to push your knees over the bottom edge of your mat where your toes are pointing. You're not trying to thrust your hips up into the air. You're trying to push your knees forward and squeeze them together. And then slowly lower your sacrum back to the floor. And if you like, this is a really great neutral position for the hips. Now, with your feet planted, rest your knees against each other. Let's try this today. And it creates a sort of tent for your legs at the knees. And then take your hands and reach back. Place the back of your hands on the floor. And if that's too intense on your shoulders or your neck, slide your hands out to your sides like you're waiting for God to give you a hug. That's not a bad idea anyway. Because remember, we're trying to practice social distancing with virtual social snuggling. Close your eyes if you haven't. And sit up into Sukhasana if you like. Stay laying on the floor if that suits you better. Relax your jaw. Make no effort to regulate your breath. This has obviously been on my mind a lot this week because I've mentioned it in a lot of classes, is there's a blessing in everything. And as challenging as these times are right now, as just flat out weird, there's just no better way for it, better word for it. Weird time. We have the opportunity, sorry for that. We have the opportunity now to slow down and read that book and shut some things off. Ironic considering that you've using something to tune into me on YouTube, but I do want to encourage you to examine every day, or examine whether or not every day you can take more and more of an opportunity to shut things off, to be quiet, to be alone with your thoughts and observe how you feel about things, and to recognize what's driving those thoughts behind the feelings. There's all these things, these emotional reactive forces that push against the back of our emotions and drive us forward. And being quiet and being still is the act of being able to step aside and turn around and look at what's pushing you in a certain direction. It was fun practicing with you guys. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching this later in a day or in a month, thank you for watching then too. Hope you guys all have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon.